having spent so many years in China, do you think you're making films about China, or is China making films about itself through your lens?
I never expected to spend this much time in China. I came to make one film, a film that you know, Better Angels. That was an extraordinary experience on two levels. First of all, I reacquainted myself with China. I'd come to China decades before China's kind of transformation. And when I came back to make Better Angels, the China that I saw had been transformed out of all recognition, and I was frankly stunned. But I was also very conscious, as I was making that film, that China was in trouble. I was living in the United States, where China was under attack every single week from this man in the White House who was using China as a whipping boy, as a political football, as a tool to create an existential enemy for the American people. As I was making the film, I knew I was in trouble. I knew that this film was going to have an enormous challenge finding an audience. And I was right. After we made that film, I was attacked, and the film was attacked. The film was very balanced. I was very careful. But we were attacked as being tools because we were saying good things about China. Not propaganda, just straight facts. And that made me so angry. So I decided at the end of that experience that it would be kind of responsible and valuable if I spent a few years in your country as an outsider, as a foreigner, looking at China and trying to kind of rectify that information deficit that existed, because people in the West don't understand China. So what I'm trying to do, without making propaganda for China, I just want to tell the truth, and perhaps I can change a few more people's minds.
And it takes being here to see it from a different perspective.
It does.
Now you're here, you're seeing it from a different perspective, but you're also here to watch films, being the jury member of the Beijing International Film Festival, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the films that stood out for you the most from this year?
First of all, this experience was extremely rewarding. The people who were sharing the jury with me were super smart, and they were very... I learned a lot about China by listening to my fellow jury members' attitudes towards some of the films that we saw. What I can say is the process was fair, it was democratic. We saw films from all over the world, from strange countries that don't have a huge film industry, like Bolivia, like Finland, like Iraq, like Qatar. There were films from, there were some wonderful films from India. The French films were very, very much about small domestic subjects. The Indian films were very big, sprawling political epics. There was a lovely film from Finland, which was really an art house movie. And then from Bolivia, again, a very small film, about, like a three-person drama, a cheap, not expensive, extremely moving film. You know, it was like being a global tourist. For a week, I watched 16 movies. It was a kind of a global education. It was like getting on a lot of airplanes and traveling to a lot of places around the world and really understanding a little niche about particular countries. I had a fantastic time.